How anonymous do you think you are when you navigate on the internet? When you go to a website and you're not logged in, do you think that the website knows that it's you that is actually visiting? If they do, what information do they have? Most of us do not realize how many information about us websites and companies are able to get on the internet. If you're interested in learning more about why and how companies and websites are able to track us, and what are some good ways to maintain our privacy online, then keep watching the video. So let's start with the first question. Why do companies track you, and why should you care? Well, companies' ultimate goal is to sell us their products or services. And to achieve that, they want us to be interested in what they do. That is why the internet is full of ads. And the more a company knows about you, the better they can choose the right ad. For example, if they know that you're an NBA fan, they'll try to understand what's your favorite team and mostly show you products from that team. But advertisement is one thing, manipulation is another one. Because tracking is not only about collecting your information and understanding what you might like or not, but it's also about exploiting our personal weaknesses. Think about a person with an addiction to video games or to gambling. It'll be easy for websites to understand this person has this problem based on what they do online. And then it will be easier to target these people with new games or new offerings on a gambling website. So you might be wondering, as long as I do not have any addictions, I should be fine, right? Well, not really. Thanks to artificial intelligence, companies can know a lot more about you than you might know about yourself. I know this sounds crazy, but stay with me on this. On these websites, we do a lot of small actions, like scrolling and clicking. In a bunch of these websites, we also write posts and upload pictures regularly. These are a lot of information about our behaviors. Even the amount of scrolls that we perform in a day can tell a lot about us. The same goes for the amount of pictures or videos we upload in a week. Through this information, websites can learn whether or not we're happy, if we're feeling satisfied with our life, and what are the things that we want. There's even a study that proves that through Facebook data, we can detect whether or not a person is depressed. So on one side we have all this small data that we're giving to these websites, and on the other side we have artificial intelligence that is able to understand from them more about our personalities. And this is great for ads, because they can use this information to understand how we're feeling in a specific moment and use the right type of advertisement to influence our behaviors. But manipulation can also happen at larger scale than just selling products. Think about political advertisements. If they know so much about ourselves, then they also know who are the people that are the most sensitive to certain political ads. And they also know what day of the week and at what time it's best to target them. And we know that some companies, like Cambridge Analytica, have used these technologies to rig elections of entire countries. 79% of websites globally track you. So it is important not to normalize this, and each of us need to understand the value of all the information that we're giving out for free. Now that we have understood why companies are tracking us, let's have a better understanding of the technologies they use. Every time you visit a website, the website is leaving some information on purpose on your browser. This is useful for the websites to remember important things, such as whether you have already logged in or not, so that if you refresh the page, you do not have to put your username and password again. Similarly to cookie crumbles, this tiny piece of information will be on your browser. What you're seeing here is what's generally defined as a first-party cookie, since the information is kept between you and the website you're visiting. What's problematic is what's defined as a third-party cookie. So assume you're visiting a website, let's call it website 1. If website 1 contains an ad from another website, and let's just call it website 2, then also website 2 will leave a cookie on your browser, even if you're still only navigating on website 1. Thanks to this, website 2 will be able to know that you're currently on website 1. If you end up visiting website 3 that contains another ad from website 2, then website 2 will also know that you visited website 3. In this way, website 2 will potentially know about a lot of different websites that you've been navigating. So what can you do to prevent this? Most of the browsers have a way to disallow third-party cookies through the settings. I suggest to make sure that you have that setting enabled in all the web browsers you use. Let's now move to tracking pixels. Tracking pixels are pieces of code that are loaded when a user visits a website or opens an email. They're hidden into a pixel, which is a very small piece of graphic, like an image. Users generally can't see those pixels, and thus they're not aware that due to them, their information are being tracked. In order to avoid being tracked by those, the best thing you can do is to use a VPN. And by the way, I have a great video that explains what a VPN is. You just need to click on the banner at the top. Another alternative would be to use the Tor browser. There are other ways in which companies are able to track our online behaviors, but they all generally deal with leaving some snippet of code on the website that we're visiting and collecting information from there. It's important for us to at least be aware of this and trying to make sure we understand the settings of our browsers so that we can prevent this to happen as much as possible. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment with any question that you might have, and as always, subscribe to the channel.